This is a rendition of my thoughts. It is taking me 9 months to actually post something on this channel, which isn't surprising coming from me, seeing as this isn't my job. I'm not a YouTuber, so I don't really expect anyone to care what I have to say. But just like everyone on the internet, I have an opinion and I want to voice that opinion and I want it to be heard. I like talking, I like communicating, but I have to admit that I'm not very good at it. So I'm utilizing what I can to try and fix that part of me. Tangent aside, what I wanted to talk about was something very simple. Every artist has experienced this once in their life, and that is burnout. How we experience burnout is different from person to person. If you happen to stumble onto my random ramblings, I'll just inform you a bit of what burnout is and how it affects me as an artist. Burnout is the state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress. It occurs when you're feeling overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and unable to meet constant demands, whether it be demands from others or demands from yourself. Overall, it isn't really a healthy way to be going about life. Even so, we still experience these feelings. When I first initially experienced burnout, it usually consisted of my body indicating that I'm overworked. I'll get migraines, headaches at times, and I'll even feel nauseous given the situation. This can also lead to fatigue, but nevertheless, it can affect me mentally as well. I don't claim to be the most sane individual, but I'm not all that delicate either. I know my strong suits and I know my weaknesses. And while there are ways to combat the feeling of burnout, none of them are truly guaranteed to work on every individual. With that being said, I notice a lot, at least on social media, that I can calculate and predict when I experience burnout and when I will experience it in the future. Taking a trip back to the past, 4 years ago to be exact, I started this channel. What I wanted to do with it at the time, I was unsure of, but I knew for sure I wanted it to be related to art. So I recorded a video on my tablet and I started my journey as an artist online. The next 2 days I put out another one, and then it took me at least a week to dish out another video. I was in high school at the time, so I wasn't expecting to put out a lot, and I wasn't expecting an extreme workload. Initially, I was putting out at least 2 to 3 videos a month. That process became more frequently as I started to get more materials and equipment for my artwork. I went from an Android tablet to a drawing tablet. My videos became longer, and I started to even speak out on my channel. Then I noticed that I started to post less. Then I noticed that I started to speak less. I was only posting one video a month after that, and barely speaking my mind on how I really wanted to from the start of this. While I liked the content that I posted and I was praised for it, I still didn't think I was doing enough to work on my career as an artist. I think my biggest fault with being an artist is consistency. Staying consistent and working on a tightly wounded schedule is one of the things that fuels my burnout more quickly than I like to admit. I've loved working as an artist, but if it became like a 9 to 5 kind of job, I'm sure it would no longer be my passion. I wouldn't want to pursue being a professional digital artist anymore. I like the perks of being self-sufficient and being my own boss, but I also understand that it can take a toll on me to try and manage myself in its entirety. Keeping an active social media presence in a sense is crucial for not only me, but any artist that may decide that they want to pursue this career. It becomes more and more of a hassle, and the more you grow, the more you expand, the more you will expect more out of yourself. My last video I posted was about 9 months ago. I was moving from location to location until I found a place that was right for me, at least for work, that is. I had planned to move in with my mother, but I would be left with no real way to work on my projects that I already had in motion. I had been working for 4 years with no real break or time off. I wanted to succeed even at the cost of my own health. It took me not being able to post and create for me to truly value not only myself, but my health as well. I've gotten much better at managing myself to the point I don't feel burnt out frequently. I still feel it, or I wouldn't be making this video in the first place. But I'm proud that the progress has been made in some way, which brings me to my initial point. I have made countless videos since returning back to social media. Each time I've tried to complete these videos, I've been met with a brick wall. It's hard for me to voice myself and articulate my thoughts when so many things that I say or think have already been done or said. I'm not trying to seek originality. I'm seeking something worth talking about, something to strike a conversation. It's led me to believe that I'm throwing myself in this perpetual loop of creating content, then scrapping those ideas itself, and then starting back from the drawing board. I guess my expectations are too high, but I wanted the first video I made back after from such a long hiatus to be something worth meaning. I guess I still haven't found out what that is. I know that I'm burnt out, but at this time in my life, in the current, I actively want to continue what I'm doing. I'm tired of being stuck in this mental space, and it's not good for me or my mental health. I'm not trying to push my limits, but I want to continue. And I was hoping that making this video would be a stepping stone for that. But it also could be the thing that pushes me back even more. Who knows really what I want out of this? I know this video was a bit all over the place, but I wanted to express myself. The main reason why I made this channel was for my voice to be heard and my artwork to be seen. I don't want fame. I don't want money. I won't lie. It's nice though. I just want a discussion. I want to talk to people. I also want people around me to challenge me and my thoughts. I spent most of my life not talking to others or even bothering to communicate at times, but I myself am a very opinionated and talkative person. It's truly ironic. I've put restraint and chains on myself for a long time, and I finally think that it's time that I let myself be free. Either way, these were just my random thoughts. If you feel the same way, let me know. Or if you feel the complete opposite, I would love to hear your perspective. Feel free to critique me on my thoughts as well. As long as we're having a nice and healthy discussion, I'm accepting of all types of individuals. If you like this video, then like the video. If you want to see any of my past videos, they'll be linked at the end of the video. All music in this video will be linked below within the bottom of the description, so check them out and show the artist some support.